To feel the rush of life overwhelm you, how inspiring this life can be. You ask, and we give you the royal experience. Arrive and awaken your heart. Explore life in ways only thought possible in your dreams. There are but a few places on earth so special, so unique, and so spectacular, where it becomes the rite of passage for the ambitious travelers, the courageous souls, to all have the one and only royal experience. That day when you look deep into your heart and leap into an ancient world so very different from your own, where magic, beauty, and love are shared forever, then you will have a royal experience. There is just one place on earth where the people make you feel a part of their kingdom, where you just might volunteer to awaken spirits, enrich minds, and work alongside communities to build, motivate, and inspire. This is truly the royal experience. When you dream of a different world, beyond the ordinary, beyond time, discover just how far you'll go to expand your understanding of life's greatest mysteries. There's just one place on this planet with so much to offer. Now is the time for you to have the royal experience.
Now, once again, it's your Monday edition when we talk about football. Libhola Eswatini, hello and welcome as your host, Fabrice Msundana. This is a very crucial Monday where we'll tackle different issues pertaining to football in the country and how we can develop the country, and especially when it comes to football. But the major critical point to take center stage is the national team, Sihlangu Semnigat. Remember, they are in back-to-back matches of the FIFA 2026 World Cup qualifiers. The defeat against Libya on Friday left a lot of messages that we are to look at into the game against Cape Verde tomorrow, still in Bombera. We'll have that. But prior to that, we have two officials all the way from FIFA, because now when they left the country, they were Eswatini Football Association's officers, but now they are FIFA officers because they have been graduated. They have actually graduated as the two FIFA safeguard officers. That is Lucky Dube on the left of the screen and Sibonangaye Dlamini on the right side of the screen. Congratulations to the two officers who are going to be here in the studio. They are all the way from Switzerland, where the FIFA head offices are staged. So we hear from the experience to say, can now FIFA select one of them and just display him somewhere in Sudan, in Turkey, to teach or to a workshop on issues pertaining to safeguard? We hear from them. But following them, we'll have also the Eswatini Coaches Association, SG, Mr. Musa Mamba, to talk about this workshop that was conducted over the weekend, as you can see from the technical director of the Football Association and other coaches within the country who attended the workshop. What was the workshop was about? From what I picked through also negotiations that was discussed, was mainly to look at the success of the coaches. How can we maintain effective success when it comes to football? On top of that, we talk about the under-20 women's national team that was in Ghana, Accra, where they were defeated 2-0 in their return match, having, of course, left the country with a heavy defeat of 6-1 against Ghana. This was the 2024 under-20 women World Cup qualifiers that were continuing, which means the country is out. So Ghana proceeds to the next stage. We'll talk about how now Atwe Lulu and the team managed at least to reduce the score, even though they left the country with 6-1. But going away and then you concede 2-0, then there's a question mark. What are we not doing whenever we're playing at home? Otherwise, the in-house analyst in Dlamini will come in and will give full focus to the national team. What are the do's and the don'ts? What went wrong with the same lineup we were just seeing on the screen on Friday? What should have happened? Should have we clinically mentioned that we should have won that game? That will be discussed live here on Eswatini TV, because you are not going anywhere. Just make sure that we stay still, because through our social medias, everywhere, platforms, you can be able to watch us. Already in the company of our FIFA safeguard officials in the studio, Lucky Dube and they are well-known faces in the football community in the country. Lucky Dube, a majority will remember him. He's a part of the executive of the Eswatini Women Football Association. He's in the past, of course, served as competitions manager. We've got also this talented Dlamini who speaks his mind, who speaks what football does to him. He also he's well-known for, pushing the development of the football at the Hoho regional level. Now, the two of you,
yeah, sanibona sibukele balazivusele babukele uvusele nawe please. Siyabonga ukuthi namhla sibe ingcenye ehlelo lakho.
Dlamini.
Kusanele umuntu akathatha lithuba abingelele babukele. Nabo bonke abantu labathanza ibhola. Ikakhulu laba abancane.
FIFA president wakafika la kangwana, FIFA Gianni Infantino. I felt his perfume nakala. Nala ngathi kunuka FIFA man. Kune perfume yaka FIFA la. I mean, the experience just going there, mind blowing, eh?
Kuhlupha lokuthi I cannot be your nose. Ngeke ngive lokuthulukana. But it was a good experience. Ikakhulu ekufunzeni. You see, if you go to a certain place to acquire knowledge, udibana nalabanye bantu who are doing the exact thing lenyendawo, you tend to ubese uyadevelopa uyakhula na umuntu. Especially if it speaks to protection of people that are in sports. Yeah, that was a very good experience from my side, knowing that I'm someone who's passionate, who has passion when it comes to kids.
Beautiful stuff. Mzom, and I think through experience, having served at women level for quite some time, maybe just to give the viewer a definition, that's good among my issues as safeguarding. I think in this case, mostly, I was actually going through some of the FIFA statement. FIFA is highlighting countries like Vietnam, Haiti, recently Zambia. There was a case under the women national team. And then there's also Spain, where we saw that issue that was between the player and the head of the Football Association. So I think safeguard is all about the violence or the treatment that comes within players and officials within football. To us, to you, now Sugala, yeah, Switzerland, I mean, there was a workshop and everything. Where are we standing? Nasikhuluma ngama issues yaba safeguard thina personal. Sitakhuluma ngalo hambo lwenu, but safeguard issues simekuphi currently as a country?
Thank you. Ngicabanga ukuthi ngoqala ngisho ukuthi safeguarding it talks about safety, prevention, protection. So masikhuluma ngale into leti sisuke sikhuluma ngokuthi umdlali ebholeni usafe kangakanani. Ayikhulumi kakhulu ngokuthi ungakanani lo mdlali when sisifika ebholeni, but ikhuluma ngokuthi whosoever lo khona ebholeni usafe kangakanani. then le focus kenyalo it's thina la kithi like your question it's thina la kithi sikuphi when coming to that. Yes, I might say ukuthi ku different levels kukhona la sikhona si live kubonakala ukuthi no sikukho lama safe precautions sinawo because thina nje kakhulu lo mthetho we SODV unanjana uthinza lokunenge usitile kokuthi lokunenge mangabe abantu sebafike bafunza ngawo nje already that environment is safeguarded. So ngicabanga ukuthi sikhona but kukhona vele lapho mhlawumbe ungathi maybe kusafuna ukuthi si improve khona.
Lamin, prior to your departure to Switzerland, you were doing the courses online. How long was the course? The two of you, you're the only officers in the country were doing the course. How long was the course? And officially, some of the issues benitifunza online. Betitsinza mapi tipiti nhlangothi.
Okay, the course is in 2020. So it's a 2 years course, it's a diploma course. Logo esiyiqedza kulomnyaka. So it has been online. Let's discover njengoba asho ukuthi na ukhuluma nge-safeguarding, it's actually proactive measures that we take to protect any possible risk. Safeguarding speaks about how safe we are. Now, looking at where we were, we have so many people that are involved in football. Banvana kakhulu besimame. Nani betinzatsele somehow we are involved in football. But now, as sisawenda lo msebenzi sisadlala, how safe are we in terms of physical abuse? How safe are we in terms of verbal abuse? How safe are we in terms of sexual abuse? How safe are we in terms of bullying? Because most of the abuse you can't say iyendeka labo bullying. It's like my social media. We are somehow hate each other in the name of analysis. Yabon, I'm doing analysis, but you find that the type of words that I do are causing serious damage. Then emotionally you are trained. So we say you are emotionally abused in that way.
Tube nasikhuluma ngale graduation. Yes, you talk about the course yatsara 2020. Maybe even these coaches were seeing on the screen at some point, but I would sing what is safeguard in at some point. But now sikhuluma on its own your trip to Switzerland. Yatsara course 2020 online 2023. I think due to COVID, it's 2 years. 2023, you leave the country, you head to Switzerland for graduation. Mfunaga fisha nje mzomba umchazele ukuthi leli paper kubhale kuthini kahle kahle to understand the possibility and the heaviness of what you carry as officers. Utsini I think some of the officials is Lorena, so the lady and the other guy. But seeing when they hand you the certificate, what are they saying? Because normally we just do short workshops. Gutumundu waka for FIFA, asininga certificates. But this is different. Nisugela na FIFA head offices. What does that certificate says? Umbani gahle to the country.
Yes, yeah, a FIFA safeguarding officer. So I'm a FIFA guardian. With holder a diploma in safeguarding in sports. Yes. So which means don't get inzaba that is sinzana ne safeguarding. Now I'm a focal point in the country. Kufanele ukuthi sithi sebende gugulo so thi vele sedevelop sasiniketwa lokho ukuthi salosikhweleta kwayo inzaba yekuphepha sineke thina nje as a country yes sabona ukuthi asiqale nge raising the awareness. So sesibafundzisile like you are saying bo coach bebahlangene sifikile sayenda awareness. We had more referee nabo bahlangene. We had masquads cishe onke masquads la under 20 nje you highlighted mabefike campaign. The first thing that we do we raise awareness on safeguarding issues. So we already vele sesiyasebenda. Yes.
Kafishane nje nanguva kahle mzomba nje sengiyabekisa nje ibhola yabuya ngeweekend sidlala ileague nasimo siyavela sengibekisa ngasomhlolo na yellow Sunday jiki sekunesimo hawu baba umzomba. So you are the point of reference when it comes to violence. Now, let's talk about also the experience. I mean, in Switzerland, fine, you went to graduate for safeguarding, but at least you are able to talk to other people, articulate issues to football. What are some of the chances that you got, to exchange messages with other officials?
Hey, I think we were about 100.
111 actually.
111 years.
Yeah,
And obviously the 109 were not from Eswatini.
Yes.
Yeah, because the two of us were siding. And we were connected with Africa. Because we connected with my colleagues from Africa.
There's too many go by the outside.
Yes, we were outside, and that is an African, all the African
members.
safeguarding, CAF safeguarding members from all
Just
the
from,
CAF.
from Africa, yes.
Yeah, so that is what we are. So what we've lesakubamba le ukuthi some of the tinto tikhona they are in place, but bokhanzela ukuthi we are not aware that it's a safeguarding tool or issue that's there. Ngifuna lokho ukuthi nasikhuluma ngalo ukuthi wonke umuntu safe labadlali nabadlala ade bawathola in medication noma nje siyabalimisa nje kumadimba nobody to help them health wise. Asese kuyendeka ke eAfrica badlala lo munye so uyalimala so ba isolated sesiyambeka nje simshile there. So those are some of the experiences that we got, and mainly lesikutholile as we exchange is that some of these things they tend to be a norm. Sesikwende kwaba iculture that when we coach we scream instructions. Players hear better when you scream. It's now a culture that when somebody has missed a goal, we tend to hail any form of words on every platform, forgetting lokuthi lo muntu umuntu ingabe psychological lo muntu ulimala kanganani. And ke sikutholile lokuthi la Africa it's a bit yindvo lenkulu. Second, nalamanye ma conducts lokhanza ukuthi stimulate lokuthi umuntu azahlubeteke, because safeguarding it speaks about what are the risks that can stimulate. Akhona ma celebrations lokhanza ukuthi nasuwenda we tend to expose, especially the females, we tend to expose our bodies in the name of celebration. Imagine when somebody exposes a body in a stadium that is full. That then cultivates or creates a platform. This now says we need to send a warning to our girls. Make sure that whatever you do does not tempt Fabrice. It does not tempt. So we safeguard all ends.
Okay. I mean, you're taking me somewhere because you're getting deeper to the information, and I feel like we had more time. In the interest of time, I have to let you go. But Mzomba Nyati would say when you talk about women football, this is where the issue mostly is. We'll follow it into, but just to exchange information with other countries, the African countries, on some of the challenges we have in our women football. In terms of sponsorships and everything. But we'll follow it into, but as one of the executive member of the Eswatini Women Football Association, just to exchange with others.
Yes, ngawathola amathuba ukuthi sengikhulume nje. I think more especially the African countries. So we were sharing lama ideas ukuthi bona benda njani, how basitekale kanjani, by develop kanjani, and I was ngifuna kusho ukuthi ngajabula uva ukuthi uma ukhuluma women football in the country, administration and nagogonga si better than other countries. I want to tell you that si better. The problem that might come nguletinye nje tindzaba letikhona noma letinto lekhanza ukuthi tiyendeka. Otherwise I want to assure you ukuthi kunenge lesakufundza kuloko sisasebenta. Yes, so sasebenta and kwasisita lokho ukuthi as ngiqhamuka ka women ngafunza ukuthi okay yini tinto nami lengidawuthi mase sharisha with my executive members lenginabo my colleagues sikubona ukuthi no, let's come and try to practice this, maybe kutasita.
For the sake of the viewer, I have one more question before we round up and I give you a chance to close. Yeah. But Mzomba sigesa bene case angifuna kusho ukuthi case but kwekwa trend on social media pertaining to how maybe some of our teams should I say, national team, women national team, the rankings, should I say, national team under 20, everything, there were rumors that there could have been mistreatment within the squads of the national team. And I think you remember it was during an AGM, one particular officer stood and mentioned a situation of what's happening within the women teams. I don't want us to drag too much who was the officer, who were the officers, but I'm sure you might recall what happened that time. But can you now assure Eswatini that our girls are safe? If there was something to that, I'm not saying that yes it was, but it could have been an allegation, but it could have been the truth as well, that there was a violence within the ranks of the national team, women national team. Can you give us assurance that this qualification we have diploma, since we get to name, no more to our girls?
Yes. Ngicabanga ukuthi I've just said it ukuthi good squad nyalo kakhulu sema females lesingena ecamping singede thina kutawukhuluma naso sikhulumise nge safeguarding ukuthi kufanele batiphathe njani mabahleli mabase camping kufanele batiphathe njani as basa phumela ngaphandle bayokumela live. And then again kukhona lesikulungisako with the Football Association ngokuthi every player must sign a code of conduct, every coach must sign a code of conduct letawuba guide as balapha campaign. Then mina ngicela ku assurisha sive Fabrice ngokuthi no football mangabe bekakhona ema allegations la khuluma ngokuthi kunabo harassment kunani asengithinze nje mhlawumbe ngokuthi we've incorporated inzaba yale sort of so ku training yethu mawuda vele sihambisana nemaphoyisa domestic violence and children protection department la khona bafike bachaze ngale SODV, and then kusho ukuthi lamacala la khona people should be aware. So labantwana sebayati, and again we're talking about right of a child. So tonke letinto leto tikhona la kule training yethu. So ngikokelele sithi no umntali ekhaya akakhululeke athi ukuthi umntwana noma ngabe kuma national duties noma ngabe ukuphi safe.
Now, Sisiyahamba, there is Eswatini Football Coaches Association who has to come in here by the name of Musa Mamba. He's also our guest. As we close the interview, I know there is a quote. There's always something that my viewers. I know there's something you learned in the capital city of Switzerland.
Yeah. Mhlambe, before we sum up, why all this? Why travel all to FIFA? FIFA has got 3 bullets why he wants this in place. One is to create a happy and safe environment. It's growth and integrity. Now, it's you asked about the code. We've created a code ourselves that the issue of safeguarding is like solving an equation. For you to solve an equation, X must be part of the problem. Then you're going to apply every knowledge you need to solve that. But another way of solving the problem is by making sure that X is not part of the problem. Obviously, that has been solved. So this is then to say, it's a wing that's there. People should put themselves in right positions. Do not expect us or test how good we are in solving these things. But please compliment us by making sure that X is not part of this problem.
Take me there, Valelisa, take me there. I want you to say something, we go. Yeah.
As with the party is to assure parents, the community, that the Football Association is working on putting certain documents in place to make sure that our kids and everybody, because it's not the issue of kids, ourselves we must be safeguarded.
Right.
So everybody will be happy and be in a safe environment. Okay. So now we will do that now by empowering them. If you know, chances of you being victimized, harassed, or abused are actually limited.
Thank you very much. To the two FIFA officials now. They are talking about issues of safeguarding. We're talking about the two Eswatini top diploma holding FIFA, safeguarding officers. They have now learned for a good 2 years. They are graduated. They know what it takes to be a FIFA official. So we need these issues implemented in our football. If there is an issue, let's play the National Stadium, or Semavuso, or Steg Galanga, no Magupi. That's one issue that pertains to violence or anything that has to do with harassment. One has to think of the two names. A short break. When I come back, there is Musa Mamba, I beg your pardon, the Eswatini Coaches Association Secretary General, just to give us the issues that were discussed over the weekend. There was a workshop for coaches after this.
When you choose your adventures, you do so with an open heart and a desire for the unexpected. You embark on journeys to discover new worlds full of wonder. You choose a path to awaken your senses, a world to make you look up and realize just how inspiring this life can be. Arrive and awaken your heart. Explore life in ways only thought possible in your dreams. Discover just how far you go to expand your understanding of life's greatest mysteries. There's just one place on this planet with so much to offer. Now is the time for you to have the royal experience in the kingdom.
Now, back with you, Eswatini TV. Musamamba, Eswatini Coaches Association. I want to talk about, there was a workshop that was conducted over the weekend by the Eswatini Coaches Association. What were the issues that were discussed? But outstanding issue one was the issue of maybe talking about success, to ensure that maybe how do you maintain your success as a coach. We'll touch on that, and maybe he will also get a chance to give us other issues.
Nguvusele kakhulu Fabrice.
There was a workshop over the weekend, category of coaches maybe that attended the workshops. Kuruma Premier League level, National Division level, or it was just anyone who's a member of the association. And what was the issues that were discussed?
Yes, besibite wonke umuntu long coach from Premier League down to the lowest level yebhola. Lebe sifuna ukukhuluma nabo coach besifuna ukukhuluma ngalo msebenzi ukuthi bo coach ezibacoacha funa bacoache effectively. Kukhona coacha lokhanza ekuthenini uyacoacha but it's not effective. Le abashinji le behavior of the players doesn't change whether ukhona noma awukho akubonakali. So sithi kufuna ke coach abe effective. Sakhuluma futhi nabo goal setting as adlala lama team kunema goals that they need to achieve. So the different teams anema goal lehlukene. So then ke besikhuluma ke ngaloko ukuthi it is very important ukuthi as ucoacha bathi labadlali ukuthi nidlalela ku-achieve ini. Siphinde sikhulume nge-team of coaches. La emathimini yalo sele nicoachani bebanengi and ecoacheni bebanengi ukhanza lokho ukuthi ngalesinye isikhathi anisaboni ngasolinye, so yes besifundzisa ke labo coach ekuthenini bakhone kusebenta as a team, and umuntu nangabe assistant coach evalo ukuthi iphilosophy ya coach akayiva kahle ufuna akhweshe ayekele ekuthenini bese umsebenzisa kabi.
Ungakachubeke Mfuleni, I think just for the sake of the viewer, I think you're one of the well vested coaches in the country. Nesikhuluma nga FIFA credentials, you've had that experience of going away. It's Germany, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
You've been to Germany, where when you talk about Germany in terms of FIFA standards, they're one of the best countries in terms of football. We are un coach, but what to say about the starting 11? You've been to countries like I highlighted Germany. Now when you go head coach, until I results, could it be negative results or positive results? But we have instances here where you are the coach, but the director of the team, he sets the first 11.
Ya kuyinkinga Fabrice kakhulu logo because when as a coach, as you coach the team, labadlali kufuna bathandaze wena, badelivele wena usebentela abaphathi bale team. I-problem lekhona ke lana ngilokwe ukuthi uyukhanze labo coach lo munye abamethembi, but just because they want to conform nale mithetho lekhona bakhanze kusebambekile musamamba bathi akacoache naye Highlander, but ababeliveli kuye. So ekugcineni konke ukhanza kusebathi sethela wena you are just there so that batokhona kuthola i-license yekudlala. So esikhathini ke lesiningi kuye kubangelwe kuleyo nto leyo ileyo ukuthi abakwethembi, and ke in most cases ke nalabaphathi ukhanza ukuthi naye unako lokuqabanga ukuthi angakhocha, and ke into lenkulu lesinika inkinga kulendzaba ye-lineup lo ukuthi i-team yema-fans, i-team yema-supporters, i-team yebaphathi ayiluzi, because in most cases ba-analyze lokuthi kwendekeni bese bathi kube wende nje. So that is why bese bathi khanza banaleli gunya leyo ukuthi dlalisa naba ungamdlalisi lo. So ngileyo nto leyo nje leyendekako wena Fabrice la ebholeni yethu.
I think when you look at some of the dynamics for you have to put up then how so, because if you have to look at maybe among SADC nations, la Southern Africa, I think we're one of the best countries when it comes to coaches who have got more qualified coaches.
Yes.
And I don't think kusekhona yini ukuthi umuntu una license D angacoacha ka Premier League. It's not allowed in the country.
It's not.
I think B, A above, maybe a bit of C if you're assistant coach. But in South Africa and other countries, they still tolerate that. But then, we are the most skillful country when it comes to coaches. But then, in terms of action and results on the field of play, bayashiya. Sishawayini Mfuleni.
Kungaba kunengi Fabrice lokusishayako. Ngidawubekisa nje ngeke ukuthi lokukhi kakhulu i-security. Badlali bethu on paper bayahola, keja physically abaholi. Ukhanza ukuthi umdlali lomunye uhola le bo 37. Labanye bangaholi nje sanhlobo. So leyo nto leyo iyamenda lo mdlali angakhoni kuniketa his all. So no matter how much the coaches can coach, as long as la kunalala manye ma factors lenda ekuthenini lo mdlali angakhona ukudeliver, he will not deliver. Noma ngabana best coach, as long as singakhoni kubhadala labadlali for lokulaba kwendako, they will not deliver for us. La mavelo sikhuluma ngawo bo South Africa, Mozambique, Zambia, Zimbabwe bayahola labantu and uyati umuntu ukuthi uhola mhla kabani and ke leyo nto leyo ngiyo le very key because lo muntu uyati ukuthi utawuhola but in our case ukhanza ukuthi he is not sure whether utawugcina holile noma utawugcina akaholi and then le motivation yakhe ibese iyalimala such that asakhona ukuniketa our all and ke lokufanele ukwathi ke lokunye Fabrice ngilewe ukuthi la kangwane a number of coaches ba full time emsebenzini so naka full time emsebenzini akakhoni uba focused kulomsebenzi webhola because kulamalanga nje sine bothishela siyamaka bhalise ama exams I concentration yami sekumakeni ayikho ebholeni nasengiyakhona nje by the way yes
so ngabe uhola full time ngabuyekela kuba thishela ubeka coach
yes
now the issue maybe before I let you go Mvuleni ngiyathi ukuthi the issues that were discussed were a lot you were amongst the facilitators of the workshop you were actually the main facilitator of the workshop the winning mentality we communicated during the workshop
yes
imqwa kanganani and how do we install that into the players and the rest of the squad
imqoka kakhulu Fabrice I-winning mentality ngita kubekisela nje ngelipoint linye I-goal setting I-goal setting ingilenye ifactor yeku-creator I-winning mentality because nasikhuluma nge-goal setting sikhuluma ngokuthi if mina ngingi-coach ngirecruiter wena as my striker kufuna bese siyakhona kuhlala phansi silungisa lama goals akho ekudlala la eteamini as a striker kufuna ngathi mine as your coach nawe as my player ukuthi I-goal yakho as you play yini so lokho nje I-goal yakho wena ukuthi in the first 4 games sikathe ukuthi ushaye at least 3 wema-goal that is your goal kulo 4 games you will need to score 3 goals so logo kutawukwenda ube effective because you will want to score the goals and if you don't score the goals you will lose your contract because sivumelene nawe uvumile ukuthi utawashaya nami ngathi ngicela manje ungishayele savumelana so then ke lokho kutawenda ekuthenini ukhone lokufaka onke lamandla so that at the end of the day ukhona lo ukuthi kwakheke the winning mentality
Time is against us, Mvuleni. I know you would want us to give us more details and everything, but as you know that you're one of us here, Lakaya, so anytime that you really feel like you should come and stress out these issues, we always call you and also get insight for the news clips. But you are a coach, and like I highlighted, one of the experienced coaches in the country in terms of CAF and FIFA standards. We have national teams. What's your take on what's happening? I mean, we lost against Libya. I don't want you to discuss the work of the coaches because it will be to expose you, because some of them are your colleagues within the association. But our performance against Libya, maybe tomorrow against Cape Verde, what's your expectation?
Kulkhona Fabrice. The fact that ema-home games ethu siwadlala away kuyasibangela lokuthi singakhona kuyibukela kahle le team. And the mere fact that asendi kahle as a national team kunalama contributing factors lasibulalako from team level, because at national team ibese iba ngilesithombe sale bhola yale live. If le bhola yale live ingekho vele etulu siba nayo I-challenge, you will concur with me ukuthi iswalo ike yabalapha etulu Africa yasinayifika ku national team wakhanza ukuthi ina 9 webadlali and kudlala about 2 players from Royal Leopards and idlala ngcono because the standard of play sale league sasile etulu. So nanyalo ngicabanga lo ukuthi asiperform kahle at national team level, because even at team level
there's problems.
Yes.
Tomorrow against Cape Verde, what's your prediction? Can we do this? We failed against Libya. Can we do something before I let you go?
ngicabanga lokho ukuthi wonke umuntu lo national team is aware ukuthi abakasidiliveli and igame yakusasa it's a must win but nasehlulekile simane sibe ne draw. That's my take. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much through your expertise, through your wisdom when it comes to coaching related issues. And over the weekend they had a workshop and talking about issues pertaining to how they can maintain the success and the mentality of winning for the coaches. So that is what we need. We want the coaches to win and it will affect positively to the national team. Now a short break. When we come back, our in-house analyst Linda Dlamini will talk about now the two national teams that were playing over the weekend, being the under-20 that was in Ghana and the Sitlang national team that was in Bombela for Libya, who actually are still in Bombela for the next encounter against Cape Verde after the break. Siyabonga mfuleni. Now, without wasting any time, I'm already in the company of our in-house analyst, Linda Dlamini. A lot to talk about in the remaining 20 minutes or so. We'll talk about the under-20 and the national team. We won't dwell much on the under-20 because there was a return match with saw results 2-0 away. They are out. Master Nguvusere, when are you going to start talking about positive things when we mention Football Association and the national teams? I'm really tired, Master. Akusiko kahle manje.
Ya Fabrice ngiyabonga ngokumukela ehlelweni ngikuthola ukukhuluma Nguvusele umbukelo Eswatini TV loyal viewer ya Fabrice ngicabanga ukuthi ngiya understand frustration ye maswati frustration ebami labathanza ibhola frustration balandzeli bemidlalo webhola lapha even but le frustration ke Fabrice kulesinye isikhathi iqhamuka inhlangothi tonke lele cause the main problem ngivetile kulenye platform la exen ku breakfast show ukuthi I think sonke si guilty ngema results e national team. Ngishiso yini lo Fabrice ngishiso ukuthi timvo letinyenti nangathi ngiyadibala tiyasifaka mina nawe kude inzima lesidlalako ukuthi ibhola yethu ithuthuke. Yes, as Football Association kuyi motherboard yayo ibhola lapha even vele sitaba blame kakhulu kodwa mina nawe senda ini ku improve ibhola. One, bangakhi bo coach laba qualified laba willing kuhamba bayo coacha ka development khamba bayeka grassroots bayo coacha khona. That's two. Bangakhi bamvu investors bamvu laba nemali labafisa ku supporta ema academies lapha even. Good. Then at the end of the day statisini badlala ba developeke kahle abakhule kahle but isihledi sigocetandla sithi hayi batatibona. Number 3, bangabatali labana enough time kuthi banike bantwana kuthi bahambe bayojima babathengele emakhokho like kuthi abokhisimusi njengala abantu abathengela nibadlala abokhisimusi but tinvo litfaka lama sports lesithi sine singaphila ngawo bangakhe labathluphako bakwende lokho. That's 3. Number 4, bese ke le sambulelo sako konke ngijabulile nje itolo nangikhuluma na chairman wa Ho Football Association ukuthi the sport bill uyacela ukuthi lamalungu eParliament langenile inyalo asewashaya phela kube Sport Act lokutawenda ukuthi cishe tonke letinkampani tibe nako letikufaka kuma sports nebhola itawubenefita ematubana itawubenefita rugby itawubenefita cricket itawubenefita techball itawubenefita cishe onke lama sports atawubenefita so ngito letinto lengikhuluma ngato mina tinyenti ngisebale nje 4 ukuthi kahle kahle lama results abangwa yini lesihlangu sekuthi sona sengile final product kanzi vele lesihlahla kuze sithele letithelo letimbanza titsina tingena lephasi tikhone lokumunya lemisoco.
Now let's talk about the under-20 national team. They were in Ghana where they were playing their return match against Ghana Master in Accra. Home soil 6-1, return match 2-0. Ukhulumile Atwell Dludlu before they Dludlu before their departure to Ghana. Washo ukuthi vele the main goal was to reduce the score.
Yeah.
And bafika bazama. Is it a concern to you, Master, ukuthi ungadliwa 6-0 ekhaya, but now you're away
6-1.
6-1, but now udlala away udliwe 2-0. There is something wrong.
No, Fabrice. I think lokhu kungitshela ukuthi
Capable
capable. If maybe lama preparations beka enough. Ngushiso yini lokho Fabrice because kuyakutshela ukuthi ku first game abakhonanga lokuthi batilungiselele kahle bebasethukile the stage fright uyabona lesikhuluma ngaso ukuthi siyodlala neGhana ku first game kanzi kube mhlawumbe sasicale esadlala nalamanye ama teams maybe sahamba saye Botswana sahamba saye Lesotho badlala lawo ma friendly games ngaphandle then before bete kule game le yeGhana beta sebatilungiselele betwathola ukuthi le game maybe it's a 1-1 2-1 le score singabe sikhulu kakhulu siyahamba seGhana and nawubuka lendlela labadlale ngayo le team lena ngicaba ukuthi ngi proud likusasa siyalibona sekudzinga kenyalo ukuthi kube nale continuity lokuchubeka lokuniketelana ukuthi nabo nyalo bakhona bakuma under 20 wakhuluma ngako coach wesithebe Botsotso Khoza ukuthi ufisile kusebenta hand in hand with yona babo coach bayo ema development squad ema junior squad kude ukuthi labadlali ito bakhona le track record ukuthi okay lo mdlali lona bombitile ugudi kuphi ngamsebenzisa kanjani kukhona lo sibasebenzisana labo coach ngiyajabula nokuthi bakhona abadlali laba good labadlala kubo Southern Divas labadlala bonsinga izinto captain wakabhembe a very good player uyambona ukuthi lo muntu kukhona la khona with I proper guidance bakhona bosiphile masuku la khathi ku midfield a very talented young lady lo mbona ukuthi likusasa lihle so ngicabanga ukuthi le team le Atwell Dludlu ngeke ngasebenza ke naye Atwell Dludlu Academy about 5 years 6 years ago very passionate little kickers yes very passionate ngawo badlali abasebancane lo nesineke sekukutshela akunike ukuthi lokhu kwenta kanjani akuspoon feed so ngicabanga ukuthi vele inyalo washo naye nabangene campaign kwekucala ukuthi the problem ukuthi kusamele labamfana sibacale pass umfundise ema basics lekumele ngabe uwafundzile teamini so ngicabanga ukuthi kancane Fabrice angeke bese sesiba too harsh kubo ukuthi badliwe iGhana 8-1 ku aggregate score no mine nangibuka le second leg le performance I'm happy there is a light at the end of the tunnel ngiyayibona iyalokota kancane.
Now there is a light at the end of the tunnel when you talk about the women football, competitions and how they're performing. But could that be said? Could that be the case when it comes to the national team? A lot has been said since the beginning of last week, prior to the game against Libya. A lot is being said. The entire past weekend was being said, and even this Monday, a lot is being said. Driving to the game against Cape Verde tomorrow. Master, there is a lot to say. Sakhuluma kancane on Thursday about the game, but we didn't have much time. We won't dwell much on Libya game because that's what under the bridge. But we'll talk about Cape Verde at some point where you also give us a lineup you think that might start. But when they go, Master, they will really have a problem mentally with this away all the games because since Musamamba as a coach would see not playing on home soil, there is a bit of a disadvantage. But now it's now a game, Master. This should be a goal. What's the problem with the team?
Fabrice ngidawucala kuyo leyo lelethi nguye coach Musamamba ukuthi vele kuyas-affecta kakhulu mentally labadlali because nawusekhaya Fabrice noma ekhakini noma kungaba kanjani but nangabe uye kamakhelwane uyoboleka ilondo lakhona uthi ufuna kubamba umhlangano wakini angeke leti ndzaba takini uzukhulume kahle angeke kodwa nangabe usekhakini uhlete elondweni endlini kagogo lekhakini niyatikhuluma leti ndzaba ukhulume ngesibinzi so ngicabanga ukuthi i-national team lokuhamba nje kusuka nje uthi sesicross border siya khona embombela mental wise kunika info lehlukile and sezidlale kakhulu ngaphandle Fabrice but siyodlala nayo iCape Verde sadlala nayo iCape Verde yes sadlala nayo iCape Verde kuma AFCON qualifiers and nawubuka the way lesadlala ngayo it was a mistake leli goal labalikora bakhona ukuthi bakore but nathi sakhona ukuthi siyithole ipenalty because nawubuka nje kule chance le I think goalkeeper bekudinga ukuthi ende ngcono wayibuyisa le bhola wayibuyisa ekhathi lengicabanga ukuthi yinvo leyo lekungakameli yenteke and nangala kuleli side la then captain Lindo Mkhonto beka besi
bit weak,
but
yes, this was a game against Cape Verde in the AFCON qualifiers, Master. Master, there is a bit of a concern because if you look at our Group D, it's Angola, Mauritius, Libya, and Cape Verde, without forgetting Cameroon, a powerhouse. Mauritius. This is the penalty that we missed. We can't blame him much because he scored those before. Executive of Football Association in attendance, some sports officials. Chances were missed on the day. Same venue, same place, which means na Cape Verde, they are aware of how we play and how we are in this same venue. So it's a chance for us. But Master, if we felt, but VAR being VAR, not yet in these qualifiers. Until March, if we don't win this game against Cape Verde tomorrow, which I've seen also social media and papers, they're talking about how the players are expressing their need to win the game. Until March, when we face Cameroon, maybe by then there was a wish from Football Association President would see Ministry Ibasite was at least from March next year, games because the issues that are remaining for Somfloro to be able to host the games are few. We're talking about generator, we're talking about the screen and protection by the Royal Box. So that's my worry. Can we make sure that Cape Verde we maximize, get 3 points, so that by the time we face Cameroon come March, then it's a different story. We saw what happened in the first game against Cape Verde, the 1-0.
Against Lip.
Yes. We look at your lineup now and convince me, Master, to say this lineup can really make sure that now, even if we get that 1-0, but at least we get 3 points.
Fabrice buka indlela ledlala ngayo i-national team against Libya uyacabanga ukuthi okay asenginike i-chance because uyabuka ukuthi goalkeeper Kanyakezwe currently the best goalkeeper lokhona la and nawubuka le back line cishe Manana uyadlala uyiregula ku Green Mamba yes udlala khona ku left back but udlala ku right back national team kwakhethwala ngale
standard
nothing to change defense kuna Gininza lodlalela yona iLovo kuna Sleng lodlalela yona iGreen Mamba ngicabanga ukuthi le back line because kude lokubi laba kwentile against yona iLibya uya maintainer udlalisa bona laba then imidfield Mzwandile Mabelesa lota holder abe number 6 lo number 6 wendela in ke Fabrice lo Mzwandile Mabelesa ngiyathi ukuthi labanengi bagathe ukuthi utawuthola umdlalo lotabo ohamba kanzi number 6 a destroyer yes because unakwakhe ngala uya overlapper esikhasi lesinengi then Sleng yena kancane ehle kancane then Mzwandile Mabelesa nabas attack uthola ukuthi uluze position kwakhe ngale ka left uyeta Mabelesa ato assista I defense because ku right part uyadlala as a number 4 so uyagatsa ukuthi assist la celeni kwakhe kancane kuna number 8 Sifiso Matse the captain lo tawudlala as a number 8 then la ngaphambili kwakhe Philane Mkhonvo ngicabanga ukuthi Philane Mkhonvo I capability yakhe uyakhona hold ibhola akhona ukuconze bandvu akhona ukushutha then le front three unamagwegwe Makagula ngala ka right lo very comfortable ebholeni lo khatha in mine indlela lengamdlalisa ngayo because yena ucomfortable ebholeni akasiyo that natural winger lotamgatsa ukuthi agijime afake ibhola no utawubamba le bhola adlalise nanya Philane Mkhonvo adlalise Sikhali futhi adlalise na Sifiso Matse kulama late runs la wentako ekhatha boxini then ngala kuna Bongwa Mathebula very speedy usafika ku national team akadlala ema games la ngetulu kwa 10 but ngicaba ukuthi kancane if maybe bangakhona ukuthi ba boost I confidence yakhe angakhona ukuthi adlale abe effective ku national team.
I'm happy with the lineup, Master, because just to give the viewer the information, this is a possible lineup according to Linda Dlamini Master, our in-house analyst. Singasho ukuthi so sendele Dominic so sichelile. No, Dominic didn't tell us anything. This is Linda Dlamini lineup. It's similar to the lineup, Master. One would say that played against Libya. Nginayi concern kancane ukhulupha nje ukuthi seyisukile on the screen but chances are they might bring it back. Nginayi concern kancane on the 10 and then the left side whether it is Owematsebula the youngster you talked about him mkhumbula nje kuKosafa impressive wakhona kuscore I think 2 goals if I'm not mistaken during the Kosafa. If we were to change things, which mean I thought they were the weakest link, in my opinion. If we were to change 2 things in position here, Owematsebula and Philane Mkhonvo, what would you do? Not to say they're bad players,
okay,
but they didn't have a good game for me, according to me.
Kulula Fabrice, ngicabanga ukuthi lokho sekungaba too tactical. Ngithatha kwakhe because siyambona ukuthi uyakhona ukudlala from midfield kumbabone solos Manana ngimbise ku left back adlale left back ngithathe Vusi lo dlalela imbabane Highlanders adlale number 2 ngikokhe Mabelesa then kube na kwakhe kube na Sifiso Matse lapha ku midfield yes 6 na 8 then la kumkhondo kube na Tiger wembabane Swallows adlale no number 10 role because lapha ngifuna le work rate ibe setulu kakhulu Sifiso Matse Tiger I work rate yabo isetulu kakhulu ngicabanga ukuthi lapho kungaba effective bese soba naye ke I-ball player yena Njabulo ngala Magwegwe naSikhali lo hlale njalo then wendela ini koloko Fabrice wendela ukuthi kwakhe as much as yena
take shots he can
nalama long passes uyakhona kwathola the last goal laSikhali ku national team lalishaya FNB bekuyi cross yakhe kwakhe that long pass layifaka wamlela yena Sikhali so ngicabanga ukuthi coach kuloko kudzinga ukuthi nakhona ake akudlalisa abone ukuthi kudlala kanjani otherwise the team for me the project leyashowing president ukuthi project 2029 or 2030 by sibe qualifyile AFCON na World Cup with the squad list because kwakhe una 21 owe less than 23 Magwegwe less than 23
there is future
ikhona le future uyabona ukuthi okay labadlali basebancane banayo ichance ukuthi bachubeke badlale for the next 5 years 6 years ku national team at the highest level.
Time is against us. Thank you very much, Dlamini, for your time. I know that we could have talked about more if you had time. Time is against us. There is Eswatini against Cape Verde. One word. What's the score tomorrow? One word.
Hey, last week I'm predicted 2-1 man Fabrice 1-0 Slang.
1-0 Sihlangu. That's the official statement from our in-house analyst in Dlamini. So when you come back Thursday during Temidlaro, we'll talk about other sporting courts, but we won't shy away from the results that will be the outcome of tomorrow's game between Eswatini and Cape Verde. We can't afford to lose this one. It is for one. For Emaswati. Let's all give it a pass tomorrow and take our cars and head to Bombera and support the national team in these qualifiers. Until we meet again, the entire Eswatini TV Sports and the entire crew that brought you live this show. senta kanjalo sidlala kamnasi.